Thank you to the fans. Thank you to the moviegoers.
I have to thank everyone from the very onset of my career.
If you ever wondered about acting with Tom Hanks, would it help? The answer is clearly yes.
The 88th Academy Awards were last night, and here to talk about what you can learn from the highs and lows of the acceptance speeches is speech expert John Armstrong. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So one thing that was kind of big during the Oscars was the scroll card, having all the names of the people that they wanted to thank scroll across the bottom of the screen. So how do you think that actually worked out?
I think the intention was to relieve the presenters of the burden of trying to thank everybody at once. I think it was especially helpful during the beginning for the tech and design award winners. Usually those areas of filmmaking are large groups of people, which could tend to bring you long lists of thank yous. But it seemed like for these designers, they didn't feel that pressure. Instead, they could just thank their families, they could take the moment, and I think it worked for them.
So one actor that I noticed who gave himself space to thank the really important people was Mark Rylance, who won for Best Supporting Actor in Bridge of Spies. And it was such an incredible speech.
I want to just say thank you to my fellow nominees. I don't know how they separate my acting from your glorious acting in these wonderful films that you're in.
I think what strikes us about a good speech in that situation is being genuine, being authentic, and showing tons of gratitude.
I have to congratulate the other incredible nominees this year for their unbelievable performances.
We can't talk about acceptance speeches without talking about Leo and his big win. Finally, he took home an Oscar.
He did a really good job, especially considering all the hype and all of our expectations for him and what would he say in that moment? What kinds of things could he say? If you go back and watch it, he speaks in a lot of run-on sentences, and it doesn't really punctuate or button his phrases. So it's important to let your moments land, because the moment right after you speak, that little silence there, is very powerful.
So we have to talk about the presenters who are reading from a teleprompter. Now, some did a great job, some did not so great. So how can you keep prepared text fresh?
Ultimately, I think the idea is that you have to speak it as if it's the first time you've said it. So you have to work on prepared speech and make sure you know all the nuances and all the little operative words and things you want to hit. Make sure that it's clear, and then pretend like you've never said it before.
So who do you think did a good job of that?
A couple of people. I feel like Cate Blanchett did an excellent job. Eddie Redmayne was also fantastic. And I think it's no coincidence that those actors all trained on the stage.
Well, John, these have been absolutely helpful tips, and just thank you so much for helping us break down the Oscars.
Thanks for letting me watch it with you.